If I could snap my fingers and instantly make people, especially women, feel drawn to you, would you want that power? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Attraction isn't really about having six-pack abs, a fat bank account, or memorized pickup lines. It's about an invisible force you give off. And right now, without even realizing it, you're either pushing women away or pulling them in like gravity. And today, I'm going to give you the real psychological blueprint for creating that magnetic presence and emotional connection that women don't just notice, but feel deep in their gut. If you think you've heard this before, I promise you haven't, because I'm not here to recycle cliches you've seen 100 times on Instagram. I'm here to rewire the way you think, the way you move, and the way you connect so that attraction stops being a guessing game and starts being second nature. The first thing you need to understand is that most men believe attraction begins in a woman's eyes, but it doesn't. It begins in her nervous system. The moment she meets you, before she's even aware of it, her brain is scanning for emotional signals. Is this man confident? Or is he secretly seeking my approval? Does he carry himself like someone who chooses women or like someone hoping to be chosen? Does being around him make me feel safe and excited at the same time? Here's the thing. Most of this isn't a conscious process for her. She doesn't sit there and logically think through those questions. She feels it. That's why you can't fake it by memorizing clever lines or pretending to be someone you're not. Attraction is the transfer of an emotional state. She feels what you feel. If you're relaxed, grounded, and enjoying yourself, you naturally invite her into that same state. But if you're tense, needy, or constantly overthinking, she'll pick up on that too, and her interest will drop faster than you think. This is where a lot of men go wrong. They think chasing a woman will make her like them more, when in reality, chasing is one of the fastest ways to kill attraction. When you put a woman on a pedestal, you kill the chemistry before it even starts. Most men enter conversations already trying to win the girl over, and they end up overcompensating, complimenting her too much, agreeing with everything she says, or laughing too hard at her jokes. What they're really signaling is, your opinion of me is more important than my opinion of myself. And psychologically, that makes her value you less. The shift you need to make is simple but powerful. Stop asking yourself, does she like me? And start asking, do I like her? When you make that mental flip, everything about your presence changes. Your tone becomes calmer. Your body language becomes more grounded. Your energy becomes less frantic. You naturally become more selective. You take your time when you respond, and you don't feel the need to fill every silence. You give her the opportunity to earn your attention. And because scarcity creates value, she will value that attention more. Now, let's talk about emotional connection, the real secret sauce. Physical attraction might catch her eye, but it's emotional connection that keeps her thinking about you days later. Emotional connection isn't trauma dumping your life story on the first date or agreeing with her on everything so she feels understood. It's about creating shared emotional experiences in the moment. It's about being present enough to truly listen, not just wait for your turn to talk. It's about matching her energy and then subtly leading it somewhere higher. If she's in a playful mood, tease her gently. If she's sharing something personal, lower your voice, lean in a little, and match the intimacy of that moment. That ability to adjust and guide the emotional tone is what creates a sense of closeness and trust. Your body language also plays a massive role in creating this magnetic presence. Long before you say a word, your posture, your movement, and your eye contact are already sending powerful signals. Confident people own their space. They relax their shoulders, keep their chest open, and don't fidget. Eye contact is a huge trigger for connection, but it's not about staring intensely. Hold her gaze just a second longer than feels normal, then break it slowly. Move at a pace that says you have nowhere better to be. And when you touch, do it with intention. A light, playful touch on the arm during a laugh can build connection without crossing boundaries. One of the most underrated elements of attraction is stillness. Fidgeting screams anxiety. Stillness radiates control. A man who can remain calm and grounded, even when the energy around him is high, gives off a powerful signal of stability. Another truth that most men never fully accept is that you will never be truly attractive until you genuinely don't need her. And I'm not talking about pretending not to care. I'm talking about the deep, unshakable knowledge that your happiness isn't dependent on the approval of one woman. When you operate from a place of abundance, you can walk away if your values aren't respected. You don't chase because you're busy living a life worth chasing. Part of keeping a woman interested is mastering the art of intrigue. If she can predict everything you're going to say and do, she'll lose interest. Intrigue is about sprinkling just enough mystery to keep her wanting more. Share stories that reveal something about your personality, but leave out a detail that makes her curious. Switch between playful banter and deeper, more vulnerable conversations. Sometimes, in the interaction first, even when things are going well. Humor and play are essential ingredients in attraction. They create emotional variety, and attraction thrives on emotional movement. If every interaction feels the same, too serious or too polite, there's no spark. Playful teasing, genuine appreciation, and unexpected humor break the monotony and make moments memorable. Confidence, at its core, is not something you fake until you make. It's something you build by proving to yourself, over and over, that you can handle social situations, rejection, and even failure without falling apart. Every time you engage with someone without needing their approval, you strengthen your self-respect. Every time you handle rejection with a smile, you weaken the fear that holds most men back. Here's what I want you to remember. Attraction isn't magic. It's psychology. It's the way you carry yourself, the standards you set, and the emotional world you invite her into. If you want women to feel drawn to you without you chasing, begging, or performing, you must become the man who could walk away at any moment because he knows his worth. That's the real secret to magnetic presence. You don't need them, but they can't stop wanting you. And if you found value in this, stay tuned, because there's so much more to cover. We're going to go deeper into the psychology of attraction, into the subtle cues of body language, and into the tools for building an emotional connection that lasts. Because once you master this, dating won't just change for you. You'll never see it the same way again.